I'm gonna show you a couple pictures of the same person. And
on drugs and not on drugs? I like those.
Me too.
yeah,
Because drugs change your fucking everything.
Yeah, I like it when they're like down and out and they're just like,
I like the
you
reverse.
like it?
Mine is the reverse when they were shitty, like, what the fuck? When they were on drugs to then they're recovered.
Oh, the other way around. It's like they were shitty, so they took drugs and now they're like killing it.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures I'm showing you don't have anything.
you like success stories. I like downfall stories.
Downfall stories are pretty good. It's kind of like
does
precautionary tales. Cautionary tales.
I like it when they get ran over.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
By what?
Like Roadrunner,
Life,
Wile E. Coyote.
You just see like 2 tire marks across.
Yeah.
See what
when they're flat, they're flattened out.
yeah.
They go,
I actually saw a bird like that. A pigeon.
Oh shit.
They had a tire track over it.
Was it alive?
No, I was dead.
It's not funny.
Why are you laughing, dude?
look at his face.
It's kind of funny.
It's pain. It's clearly pain.
Oh yes. Okay, here we go.
Hoping
And my question to you with these photos is,
she's on a cliff.
what ethnicity do you think she is?
Kind of Puerto Rican.
Don't make me sound racist.
Oh, I mean, this one does go into the race territory for sure.
Mixed race?
Mixed race? How about that photo?
refuse.
Same person.
I
Middle
refuse.
Eastern?
Yeah, Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern?
Maybe.
No
She's
clue.
ambiguous.
She is very ambiguous.
Like a witch?
Indian?
Like a witch. She looks like a fortune-telling witch. She's a fortune teller.
If I was a casting director, I could see Indian, Middle Eastern, maybe even like a darker tone Italian,
Yeah, Italian.
Latin.
I see.
I could see her in so many different ways.
She looks like she fucking mixes shit in a cauldron.
It's the dark lipstick.
Would you cast her as a black person if you're casting?
Nah, cause she's casting
not even
spells,
close.
homie.
True. Well, that's fucking good. Okay, so
Yes. Damn it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Killing it today.
all right, so this person, she is a professor. Her name is Jessica Krug, and she's been lying about being black.
No!
Rachel Dolezal?
Another Rachel Dolezal, exactly.
God, one of those?
Another one. I'm just trying to figure out how long she was lying for. She was lying for like pretty much her entire life.
If she said she was like a quarter or half, maybe. I don't know.
So is she like
if I had to stretch my imagination a little bit.
Yeah.
She's walking out just dropping N-bombs.
Oh shit.
Damn.
No, she specializes in what does she do?
African American
in fraud? She specializes in fraud.
No, she teaches African American studies.
Oh my god, I was right!
Oh.
Yeah.
Funny. It is really another Rachel Dolezal because she was like like someone really prominent in the NAACP or something, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is for Rachel Dolezal, I was just reading up about her again, that a lot of most people I hear. So this is from Rachel Dolezal herself. Most people I hear from are black or mixed or non-white in some way, and a lot of people have said, "This is your moment. You're vindicated." Like she's been met with a lot of positive messages when she came out as a white person for some reason. But on the other hand, Jessica Krug though is a different story.
Krug.
How do people find out? Like her 23andMe came in or something?
No, you know what?
She doesn't look black to me.
At all.
They're just white.
Rachel Dolezal kind of passed a little bit.
Yeah, like the hair and all
Like
that.
light skin maybe,
Yeah.
but you can't tell, yeah.
That's true. So for Jessica Krug, she's published books about, life as a black person.
Wow.
Lots of stuff, yeah. Lots of stuff.
Oh, she's crazy.
And how she got discovered though was there's a few scholars within I guess that world, like just African American studies and stuff, that were just kind of like questioning, you always seem to be very adamant about proving your blackness. And just, if you're black, you don't go over and beyond to prove it, you are black. So a lot of people were just kind of curious as to why she always had to overcompensate. And they just reference this as research. They researched her and basically confronted her. And I guess she got found out. And before they could bring the news to media or whatever,
She outed herself.
She outed herself, and I cancel myself. And she made a whole.
You can't do that, you
Nope.
bitch. You gotta let them do it for you now, you
But does-
shady bitch.
But does it work?
What?
If you cancel yourself.
Does it work? Like, is it working?
She's like, you can't fire me, I fire myself.
That's not
I
nice.
think it has its own back. I mean, you're definitely canceling yourself for sure, but then there's also like it's like a double cancel.
Yeah, but what's the lesser of two evils?
Her doing it herself, it's lesser. Because it's like, oh, at least she had the decency to do it, but it's like, nah, bitch, no,
But
you
you got
didn't. It's because you
found
got
out.
caught.
Yeah.
How do you cosplay a race so hard that you believe that you're that race? Like, that's a crazy level.
That's
of
some
thinking.
identity issues.
It is. So this is her statement. She said, mental health issues likely explain why I assumed a false identity initially as a youth and why I continued and developed it for so long. When I was a teenager fleeing trauma, I could just run away to a new place and become a new person. But this isn't trauma that anyone imposed on me. This is harm that I have enacted onto so many others. There is nowhere to run. I have ended the life I had no right to live in the first place. So I think it's also kind of like, in this climate that we're in right now, it for her, I think she's just, I don't know, I think she's really got her back against the ropes right now.
Does she have kids?
Got her black against the rope
married?
right now.
Does she have kids and is married?
It does not say if she has kids. I do not know.
Why would anyone want to do that? That's so weird. Like, you hate
Self-hatred?
yourself
Self-hatred, yeah.
so much that you want to be a different culture.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Or
the
maybe-
opposite
yeah.
happens a lot too. Like, you know, where people renounce their own culture to try to fit into a different culture all the time.
True.
Do you feel like there's something to, and again, I don't want to assume, but is there something to maybe like a sympathy element that like, because she's like, oh, I'm also black and she's an African American studies, that, you know what I mean? It's like, not only am I a part of this, but like the same struggles or trials and tribulations that like I am teaching and preaching about, like I've also endured myself, you know what I mean? So therefore, like, treat me with respect, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's
Maybe.
right.
Your self-credibility?
I'm just wondering if it's like,
Right.
it's like pretending to be handicapped in some way. I'm not saying that like as if, you know, being black is
justifies
a
it.
handicap,
Right,
but like
right.
maybe in the things and the subjects of what she has and the lifestyle, which she's like kind of
Like, she has the right to speak on it.
yeah,
Right.
like,
But she chose that lie in her teens.
Yeah.
So it would make sense if she was like just into African American studies and then realized maybe it will make my argument stronger if I just say I'm black, right? Versus someone in her teens claiming to be black so hard that they're like, I'm gonna dedicate my life to blackness and I'm gonna go and study African American studies and doing all this and in helping the cause or whatever she thinks it is. To me it seems like the lie started at a very early age.
Yeah.
And it could be that maybe she saw that being black, you can say certain things like, yeah, this happened to me and our people or whatever, versus like if she's white, she doesn't have that same type of way to express or say that we went through something.
Right. It's kind of like the opposite of white privilege. Like if you can say that there's like a black privilege.
I don't think it's called privilege. I
don't. Yeah, that's not the
as
word.
a white person,
I think
she
it is.
probably sees that other cultures can talk about certain things in their history that happened, and maybe she wanted that attention or whatever it is, because it's not the same for white people. Like, they can't talk about their struggle the same way we can.
Right.
Because they are the oppressor, right? So then, so for example, like when you're a part of the oppressive group, it sounds like, oh, wah,
Yeah.
right? When you say anything about it.
Right.
So then maybe in her eyes, having that kind of power or attention, the grass was greener.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when we look at rich kids and be like, man, I wish I had that, and you pretend, like kids will pretend to be rich.
Right.
So like, I think she probably saw whatever it was in the black community as something she really wanted, and then she couldn't stop herself from lying to get that.
yeah.
Interesting.
So what is her? She is white?
She's Jewish. She's white Jewish, yeah. So another quote from her: "To an escalating degree over my adult life, I have eschewed my lived experience as a white Jewish child in suburban Kansas City under various assumed identities within a blackness that I had no right to claim." And so she went through phases of this too. So first, she
What a poser.
She was North African blackness, then U.S. rooted blackness, then Caribbean rooted Bronx blackness.
So did she change her accents too?
I think so. I have no idea what any like North African blackness. Like I don't know what that is, but it sounds like she's taking on different variations of blackness.
Whichever one like fits
Why
her
couldn't
better.
she just do something like a normal teen, like be a skater? You know what I mean? Like take on a personality of a
Like,
break
fuck
dancer.
skateboards. I'm trying to be Moroccan today.
Yeah, what the
sounds
fuck,
like.
dude?
What about like something that can actually happen? Like I drowned before, you know? Like,
Right.
Like maybe she could get sympathy from being a drowned victim.
Or maybe she should just see a fucking psychologist.
Through it. It seems like she wanted attention.
Yeah.
For sure. It's kind of like
She wanted to.
And that's so fucked up to do that because you're kind of fetishizing a whole entire race. And then she made her life's dedication and infiltrated this and created like works of like just like academic shit, right? So like people are studying her fucking things like it's real. So everybody was fed
That sucks.
her fraudulent behavior.
Hella weird.
Yeah.
Kind of came in and created damage to the African American culture and community because she
Yeah.
contributed false shit. That's like if somebody came in and said like I'm Japanese American and then they wrote like all these books and all that and everyone's like, oh man, that work of art was so strong and good, and then later you find out like his real name was Hector Gonzalez. And you know he wasn't even Japanese.
Right.
You know, he was Ecuadorian or something. And then it's like, oh, what the fuck?
How did he know so much about Japan?
yeah, where'd he get the info from then?
It's like I based my life is a lie. Like fuck, dude, he was our fucking activist or whatever.
Yeah, you think she'd be like Native American or something like that, open a casino, take something, you know what I mean, really advantageous for herself. But
Nah, she just wanted attention.
That's it, all it is. And now she's getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting even more attention by coming out.
But the bad one, right? Bad attention.
Bad one, yeah. So like she's basically lost a lot of credibility in her work. A lot of her colleagues are no longer friends with her, and even a lot of colleagues are saying like, yeah, there was something, you know, fraudulent or like something, you know, fishy that was just, you know, they could sense it, but they never knew what it was.
But now that she knows so much about African American studies, can she teach it as a white lady now?
Perhaps
Not as a, because you know there's like white professors that teach Asian American studies too.
that's true.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be that racist.
Her knowledge of it is still there. Like
Yeah.
she's still gaining the knowledge. She just can't teach it from a personal experience.
But then I think she loses all credibility
Yeah,
when you
it's
become a
gone.
fraud.
Oh,
Because she
right.
lied about her experiences, and so like you can't really trust their opinions or anything.
True, and she lived this lie to the fullest. So another excerpt that she wrote: "There is no parallel form of my adulthood connected to white people or white community or an alternative white identity. I have lived this lie fully, completely, with no exit plan or strategy. I have no identity outside of this. I have never developed one." Like she got problems.
And then the next thing you see, she went goth.
she needs DMT.
Yeah.
There we go.
Find herself.
what if she finds like for real like a black soul from like a reincarnated past or something like that?
Oh, then we're all dicks.
Oh,
Then it'd be true.
we take DMT and there's just dicks inside our souls. We're like, damn, we are dicks.
So many penises in here.
What I don't know. She might identify as a dinosaur next or something.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
That bitch is nuts.